Hi everybody, here's Christian from Teamworkcast.
And this is Jackson Howard from the Puttycast.
And this is Netrunner with Teamworkcast and Jackson Howard and Puttycast. This is the 25th of October, Hiveworld Cologne. This is the Good Night, Game Night Kit tournament. Why did I always say Good Night Kit? This is the first round, the second game against Gereon, the classic. Gereon's on the left. He's playing Kit, I'm playing NBN making news. You remember ability of Kit, Nick. You should remember her.
Something to do with code gates.
Yes, the first ice she encounters every turn is gains code gate as an ability. And of course, NBN's ability is I have 2 recurring credits that I can use for traces. This is going to be an exciting game. The first time I won in a spectacular fashion with Kit.
I like that you don't have any money.
I don't have any money. And so we see now suddenly Gereon also uses Kit. So that's a huge coincidence. Usually not a very popular runner. But now suddenly Kit appears.
You know, I think I'm radically against these minion metal tokens.
I like them less and less. They're really nice to touch.
Yeah.
Because they're metal.
Yeah, their tactile function is great. Their functionality is not so fun. Not so fun. Anyway, Kit is rich because she did Sure Gamble, and then Kit runs on my R&D, and there is a TMI. So we start now a TMI trace, which Gereon breaks, which means the ice gets de-rest, and Gereon gets to see a card there. I don't know if it was worth the money he paid for that.
Well, yeah. That's the cool thing about TMI, especially in combination with NBN. It's a cool place to dump my tracing credits.
Yeah.
The way... I'm not going to follow up this joke. Then Gereon runs on my hand, and that is Draco's strength a 0.
What kind of creepy shirt is Gereon wearing?
It's probably something very geeky. Could be something Minion related, because he's a very big fan of Despicable Me.
I see.
And then he gets through and he steals it. Table flip kind of moment.
Cannot stop the Gereon rush.
Gereon, he just continues pounding on my HQ with a R&D with a Maker's Eye. There sees 3 cards, but nothing of importance. Whew. That was close, Nick. That was close.
That was close. But now he's tapped out. He is, 3 grunts and a squirt, and he's done.
Now here's the thing that we all should cringe about, Nick.
What should we cringe about?
My deck was the other way around. So all the cards that I held up to him were upside down.
Oh, man. That's awful.
That's cringeworthy,
How
man.
can you do that?
That tells you that I'm just an unexperienced player.
Man, I was playing somebody not too long ago, and their cards were every which way. And I just sat there going, are you the devil?
Yeah. There's Hedge Fund. Recently, I introduced a new player to the game who never played one of those games before, and I gave him a deck, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna shuffle this like they do it in a casino," which is he made like a huge pile and shuffled the cards around on the table.
Did you punch them?
No, I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. And then later on, we realized the problem is, of course, and that completely randomizes the orientation of the cards.
Yeah.
Which is not a big deal with a normal card deck, but it's a huge deal with a trading card game. And there's a sweeps week there. So I'm getting up the monies that I really need to, because the TMI trace needs to go through next time, probably. Gereon, meanwhile, is struggling with money.
Of course he is. He spent too much money to do nothing in the first turn, and now he's going to suffer for it for a few rounds.
Suffer like G did.
Yeah. Suffer like G is suffering now.
Suffer like Gereon did.
Yeah.
G stands for Gereon, now we know.
Uh-huh.
This is a professional context here, so that's really good for him because he can draw a card and get a credit with each click. And now I play something deadly, Nick. Something new and deadly.
What is this card?
It is a current, Nick. It is called Manhunt.
Ooh.
I hunt men.
But Kit's not a man?
That's true. Oh gosh, this is kind of like an embarrassing Lord of the Rings kind of moment. I'm not a man! Stab! No, Manhunt, every time the runner does a successful run, there is a trace. And if that trace goes through, then the runner gets a tag.
Yeah.
No, the first time there's a successful run each turn. And that's a current, so obviously the runner needs to play themselves a current, or they need to score an engine to remove this.
Yeah, so hopefully he's got a current or something.
And then he gets out a personal workshop.
Oh, wow, personal workshop. That's interesting.
You recently really learned about how to play a personal workshop.
Yeah, but that's with Nasir because you have to. With Kit, that's weird. Weird.
But he puts the right card on there. He puts a very expensive femme fatale there. And of course, every turn, one of the tokens would get removed. And if all the tokens are gone, you can install a femme for free. Meanwhile, I sweep even more. And Manhunt is just so good in this deck.
It is a great card. And, you know, we can make the joke that we were making because Tom Bombadil doesn't exist.
Uh-huh. Do tell, Nick. You are more experienced in this
Tom
universe.
Bombadil wasn't there to give Mary the blade that eventually killed the Lich King. They had to figure out a new way to do it. And so, obviously, women.
Oh, wow. How SJW from them.
Peter Jackson, SJW.
That's the Gamergate joke for this recording, guys. Drink now. Drink anyway. We see a self-modifying code. After this explosive start, Gereon is slowing down here a little bit. But although he gets out, there we go. He gets out an Inti, so he can break everything but code gates that he really needs to break now. That's his ability. What his ability does. And of course, Manhunt really stops him in this track. And there we go. I just don't care. If he doesn't run, then I'm just gonna score Beal.
You've done it.
Of course, we are a little bit under pressure because the first game went pretty long and we were exhausted at this point. Because, you know, you watched the first game. That was incredible. That was just mind-blowing. And now we're both like, you know... Can we call it quits?
I don't want to play anymore, my brain.
Yeah, and this is like the first round of this tournament, right?
Yeah. Two juggernauts swiping at each other so all of the other mice there can just trample you.
It's unstoppable force, immovable object kind of situation.
An object at rest cannot be stopped. No, that doesn't work.
Anyway.
Why are you looking at that? How can you not know what's there? You've already rested once.
Yeah, I know. As corporation, you always check.
I'm cringing.
It's how you sometimes look in your pants, Nick.
Oh.
You know what it is. But it's, you know. All right, we see a same old thing installed by Gereon. He can replay things the same old. He could same old thing the Maker's Eye now, which is really good. If he only gets out a good code gate breaker, then I mean, there's just one ice in front of R&D. And we're just discussing this, that we're just both like mentally exhausted. There's just like the thought processes are just slowed down so much because we're just like a marathon runner after marathon. Where you just don't take the steps anymore afterwards, you know. You're okay with taking an elevator.
You know, I saw the historically accurate sequel to 300, so I know what happened at Marathon.
Man, that's a historical joke right there. Everybody gets their share. Man, just so much thinking. Look at this. Let's forward this. Fast forward this.
And time passes.
All right, there we go. Gereon, man, he really is going to assault my R&D with his R&D interface.
There.
Yeah, but he doesn't run anymore, so I have time to prepare. But of course, you know, it's probably. Oh man, another sweeps week. How many sweeps week?
All of them.
All of the sweeps weeks. Install advance.
Ooh, what is it?
Gereon is low on money. I think that's the only thing that stops him from. I know if that was a good idea to install the R&D interface.
I think he made his mistake at the first two turns of the game.
He shine brightly like a falling star.
He should not, and I think that this is where the runners kind of are imbalanced right now. You do too much in the first few turns, and 90% of the time you're never going to accomplish what you need.
Yeah.
Whereas instead you could just sit there and solidify yourself, get a bunch of money up.
Dirty laundry on archives.
Ooh, might as well.
So that's good. That's good for him right now.
Yeah. Same old thing that. Come on.
Yeah, seriously, man. Oh man, and there's a trace, and he gets attacked. He doesn't remove the trace. Doesn't combat the trace.
And he doesn't get any class creep.
That is the power of Manhunt. It just neutralizes cards like this because everything is taxing all of a sudden. You know, it's if you think about it, it's worse than the HB current, which costs you an extra click for every run, right? For the first run.
Because, I mean, Traces so much revolves right now around Scorched Earth or around damage in some capacity.
Yeah, so if you want to avoid that tag, you will have to spend a click to remove the tag, but additionally you will also have to spend 2 credits.
It's so punishing. So punishing. And
very punishing.
Lee Alexander gets one step closer to appearing.
I hope I can get her to record with me. That would be nice.
That'd be fun.
So he runs on the card here. He has a Wall of Static, and he of course SMCs. Oh no, he gets out the Fem. Wow. And Fems that Wall of Static gets through 1 credit, and there is an APD contract she cannot score. What do you think it is, Gereon? Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Gereon did not think that through. Also, he had an Inti. He could have broken that.
Yeah, I don't quite understand. Gereon, he needs some Gatorade or something.
I told you, we're lacking the electrolytes.
Yeah, I was going to say, he needs to get some electrolytes in there.
That's what runners crave. Need to inject a diesel into your brain.
At this point, he needs more than 1 diesel. And time passes.
Oh man, he's tagged, so I trash his personal workshop.
That's a good idea. All right, another. Oh no, he's got $1.
He got $1.
Sometimes. I like that you didn't score your agenda.
Nah, now you got time. That's such a dick move, to be perfectly honest. He would have to click for 3 money, and he still wouldn't have the money to get the agenda.
Rude.
So he uses a professional context, and wow, he removes the tag. Oh man, how bitter. Look at this. He just spent his entire turn basically getting the money to remove the tag, to basically undo the damage that the last turn did. That's how powerful Manhunt is.
This should be a lesson that the runner is easily shot down if they blow their entire load early.
No, but I think it's also for example, I recorded recently a game with Willingdon, and I talked about this to him about this, because in his review of the pack that Manhunt came out, he wasn't actually sure what this current is for and how it is powerful, and it's only within the context of something like an NBN deck like this with mid seasons and all that stuff, where it becomes incredibly punishing.
Yeah.
And now I have all the time in the world. I can score that NAPD. I'm up to 4 points. Gereon uses his professional contacts.
I think it's a splash in a Jinteki deck. This would become would cause a lot of problems.
Sounds like an interesting choice there. But although you have to consider it is a bit expensive.
Yeah.
And Jinteki likes to have little agendas, that hurt you.
Yeah.
Maybe in Jinteki, Personal Evolution. White Tree? No, Replicating Perfection.
I'm thinking of Harmony Medtech.
Oh,
because
interesting. Because score less agendas, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about putting it in the Harmony Medtech deck that I made to try and get the runner to run more.
I'm a big fan of that deck. You should post the deck list of that. Gereon running on the R&D again. Now he will see, of course, 2 cards. So I res the TMI. And I increase the trace of TMI with my 2 credits.
But he also should be getting a tag as well, right? Or did he pay for the tag?
That comes after the TMI. Let's see what he does now. Oh, he bounces and plays a Flash Creed.
Oh, good call, buddy.
Man, so far, Gereon, where is your Code Gate Breaker? Seriously, man.
That is an SMC there, right? I'm not...
Yeah, but he doesn't have the money to use it.
That's true. Poor guy.
All right, so I get out a Archive Memories to replay a sweepspeak because I want to maintain this economic advantage over the runner. And I ice up R&D. Wow, there's a paintbrush. Gereon discards a paintbrush. That's such a lovely card that never got its use. So when I saw it in a pack, I was so excited about this, especially in a kit. Oh man, and an Asher, that just hurts now. Alright, I ice up my servers. Gereon will eventually recover, and I want to be prepared. And Hedge Fund is just the right tool to do that. Don't you agree? Oh, well, here, look at him. He plays a sure gamble.
And suddenly he has money again. Oh, this game just got interesting.
Suddenly we're out of this weird hole in the middle of this game. And things are getting more interesting now.
Gereon, as Gandalf has contacted Radagast, the Eagles have come. Dropped off some resources. Maybe I'm going too far into the hobbit hole here.
Or maybe you're not going far enough. And there is a Akamatsu friendship.
Friendship. Ooh.
And he runs on HQ, and there's a pop-up window, which he pays. And then he breaks the Draco with a fairy. The trace goes through. He gets a tag from Manhunt, and then he sees one card, which is that's really not what you want to see right now. That was an information overload. A card that exploits runners who choose to float tags. So Gereon, you really don't want to float tags right now. And I exploit the fact that he got tagged and just kill his professor. Professional contacts.
Academia. He was in the IGDA. He is now gone for consorting with the corporation.
Digra has been exposed as a DARPA thing. Oh gosh, this is just already the second Gamergate joke.
It is the best Gamergate joke because that is the most amazing thing. Oh god,
man, there will be papers written about this.
There already are.
Somebody's furiously writing this.
I know 2 people writing books and about 5 people writing papers.
All right, another run on our HQ.
Oh no, Caduceus. Or was that Caduceus?
That was a Caduceus.
I recognize the card. Take that wrecked. I know you're listening. And time.
Man, the tag was removed. The time doesn't pass. The tag was removed.
Oh.
Install. Look at this, Nick. Look at this. This is horrible.
This better be amazing. Or
this is horrible.
Else.
I just can't look at this. The runner has no money whatsoever.
Yeah, he is.
He just pokes randomly into my servers and gets punished for the tags. It's ugh. That card in the middle here is dominating the game right now.
Yeah.
But luckily, Gereon gets out the daily cast, so that maybe helps with a manhunt.
Podcasts always help with things like wanting to break the law, not having any money, not making any money. Wait.
Maybe?
Whoa. I might be saying this. That's wrong.
Maybe. I think that you do. There is a card installed in that server. So interesting. When you see an upgrade and something installed. So I guess one of them is at least an upgrade there. But what is it? We don't know. Gereon is perplexed by this, and I am also perplexed by this. And I'm at like 17 credits, which is pretty good for this deck, I must admit. And Gereon is in full Frown Town right now.
I'd be in Frown Town too. I think I would have flipped the table over about an hour ago.
I mean, what would you do as a runner right now, right?
Well, as a runner right now, I think that instead of doing a few of the runs that he's done, I would have gotten out my complete breaker suite so that I could run in a much cheaper fashion.
Especially a code gate breaker, I think would have done a lot here. But also, I think he's not exploiting his R&D right now. R&D interface, I mean. R&D runs seems to be more lucrative right now. Mm-hmm. All right, raising a Sansan and scoring an APD, so I'm up to 4
5. I thought
4. 2 NAPDs and 1 BL. 6, I mean.
Oh, 6, yeah.
I said 4.
I couldn't remember if BL was 1 or 2. So I'm sorry, Rect.
Well, BL can be lots of different values, but at least 2.
Yeah. There should be some sort of dinner theater game with Netrunner. the Murder on the Orient Express, or the they need to design one of those around Netrunner. So you invite Netrunner players to a tournament, and it takes place in this like role playing arena.
Yeah, you're like a medical fundraiser.
Yeah, instead of Murder on the Orient Express, it is brain damage at the medical.
Oh man, look at this! Look at Gereon running on HQ again. He's getting a tag. He's just ripping himself apart here.
You're tearing me apart.
Running on R&D, whatevs. I think that's a good choice. Oh, there's a shadow. There's essentially 2 subroutines. One gets me credits, the other one is a trace for a tag again. Ugh. And Gereon is really struggling right now. He doesn't have the money to do things here. Ugh. He runs into my shadow. I'm getting the credits. He's getting the tag. He has 2 tags now. And he jacks out. He goes in HQ again.
Gereon just gets up.
Oh man,
leaves.
Closed accounts. That's not what you wanted to see. But he uses the strategy that works so well against closed accounts. He just doesn't have any money. That's a great counter against closed accounts.
I've decided it's called flat.
So I'm drawing a second card, and that is the winning thing, because it was time already, and I had this was my last turn. I'm drawing a mandatory draw. There's not an agenda. I'm drawing the next card, and it is the winning card. It is the winning card, Nick. I still have enough clicks to install it on the Sansan and score it through. Win my last turn.
Gereon.
Wow, Nick, wow.
You're playing like me, Gereon. Don't do that.
I don't think Gereon was fault here. I think he had a pretty bad draw here. And sometimes you just have one of those runs when you just don't want to play this game anymore. But before we end this beautiful recording here, I wanted to point out that Gereon is the creator of 2 excellent apps on the App Store, which is Netrunner Tournament Banter, NRTM, which is an app which you can use to organize tournaments. And of course, he is the author of NetDeck, which you should also check out, which is a great deck building app for iPads. Are you using one of those apps, Nick?
No, actually. All I use is NetRunnerDB, but I think that I may be doing a couple store championships, so I'm going to have to design some decks, and I'm going to use NetDeck.
Yes, this is a really great app, so you should check it out. And Nick, you know what's going to happen now?
I would imagine there's going to be some hacking.
Hack the planet!
Hack the planet! Shut up and get in the car! Shit on me.